Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are talking solo leveling Arise. Now, we've got a bunch of new info. They just had a Korean live stream, so I'm recording this straight after, so if I did miss anything, I'll let you guys know. But the most important thing is, we have a release date, we have a bit of a roadmap. I'm still vague on all the features in the game, even though we have this big roadmap, because I don't know exactly what things are. Maybe they went more in depth in Korean and I couldn't understand. If there is more, I will update you. But we do have the release date for the open beta for Thailand and Canada in 2 days time on March 21st, and the official release date in May. Now, the pre-registration, they say, have just gone live. Now, I did see this on Reddit yesterday, which massive shout out to my man Luke over on Discord who sent this to me. But this is expected date of 8th of May. Now, these are never 100% accurate, but they have been pretty good recently in recent games. So I'm expecting May 8th for the full global release, but we do have that, and this is a screenshot I took from the actual live stream, the March 21st for the open beta. Now, the big thing for me is this one being open beta. So even if you don't live in Thailand and Canada, but you want to play the game, we'll probably just be able to download an APK and away we go. Happy days, start playing. So that's what I will be doing personally in 2 days time. I will be playing a ton of this game, which I am super excited for, but that is the date. Like I said, for those that want to wait for global, May 8 is going to be my guesstimate of the time that it will release, but officially it will be in May at some stage. But this is not bad, so I want to talk about this. We did have, obviously, the dev live stream here. They went through a bit of stuff. They went through some of the storyboarding and stuff, talking about how they'll be, at least I think, talking about how there'll be like 2D/3D sort of portrayals of the story and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So they're like trying to, you know, pay respect to the original work and stuff like that. So I think that bunch of that's really cool. But once again, I couldn't get too deep into it because, you know, I obviously couldn't understand what they were saying. They went through a bunch of different stuff along here as well. A couple of different game modes, different weapons and stuff like that. And they even had an original soundtrack at the end here, around here. Let's see, around here, around here, around here. Around here. Yeah, so they got an OST with a, you know, some pretty cool animation as well. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave this whole live stream linked in it. And if you want to hear the OST, jump to the end. I just don't want to play it in case we get copyright or some shit on YouTube. So that's what I'm going to leave it at there. But that is the dev live stream. Once again, I'll link it if you guys want to go in and look at it. If you can speak Korean, happy days. If you can't, rip, there's no subtitles, so see what you can do. But that is that. But let's go in and let's take a look at this roadmap, because I think this is really interesting. It gives us a look at what we can kind of expect in the game, even though some of the game modes they mention, I don't really know what they are. And that's what I'm really excited about. For 2 days time, this game's coming out, and I still feel like I don't know jack all about this game, which gets me super excited. So sorry about the quality. I had to screenshot it from their thing and then translate it on top of that and then blow it up. So it's a bit hazy, but you can see we've got the months here. So this is the May launch. So the official launch, so it looks like for March, from the soft launch, there won't be too much added unless there is a little bit that drips ads in it, and then this is what happens after launch. Have to wait and see, but let's go ahead and jump in. So we get story chapters, we get original story, new hunters and weapons. So the big thing that I found super interesting is this you can see in May, we have hunters and weapons. In June, we have hunters and shadows. So I'm so curious to see what happens with game modes, whether we have like one game mode where you're playing as Jinwoo and one game mode where you're playing as the different hunters, and maybe that's how they differentiate some game modes, and that's where you want to summon for shadows. And I'm assuming when they say new hunters and shadows, I'm assuming gotcha. Like, there's still so much I'm not 100% certain on with this game. But to me, if you've got shadows, hunters, and weapons, to me that screams different modes. Because if Jinwoo is that OP, then would you need the other hunters? Or is his whole shtick in this game that he's not inherently OP, but his shadows are what you operate? So I don't exactly know how it's going to be. But in some of the trailers we have seen where he just goes, like, where you basically just, in combat, like, you just get a bunch of the shadows come up. So I'm not too sure, but just noting that we do have new hunters and weapons in one month, and new hunters and shadows in another one, and then new hunters, weapons, and shadows in the next one. So I don't know how intense this is going to be on free-to-play players. I don't know. I can see people having issues with it. But hey, as long as the game's fun for free-to-play, that's what I always base it off. My thing is, gacha games are always pay to win. There's no way around that. As long as I can enjoy it as free-to-play, that's all I care about. But it does look like there's going to be a lot of systems. Let me know if you love it or hate it. I'm curious. Battlefield of Time Season 1. This is what I really want to know. I want to know what Battlefield of Time is. Battlefield... dude, I just have no idea. Let me know what you guys think Battlefield of Time is going to be. Monster wave content. To me, that sounds like endless wave type content where you're trying to get as far as you can. Not too sure. And then Hunter Association Convocation broadcast, dude. I don't know. It's a bit hard to read that one. But then let's go to June. Original story, Hunters and Shadows, Battlefield of Time Season 2. So it looks like we're going to have a monthly Battlefield of Time. I don't know whether this is going to be like a leaderboards type system or something like that. Curious to see. This one here, though, new raid. So we have raids. I love that. Now, assuming raid means co-op raid. If it's not co-op, I'll be pretty sad. But I'm assuming co-op raid, which is super cool. And then we got solo leveling. The first round preliminary. So championship SLC first round preliminary. So if you got championship and stuff, to me this sounds like some sort of maybe not PvP, but maybe competitive PvE mode, which I think would be cool. Hunter and Shadow contest event. Okay, so then we got an event. Then in July, we get some guild content, which is cool. Original story, new Hunters, Weapons, and Shadows. Battlefield of Time Season 3, once again, continuing that. We got the SLC first round main draw, whereas the previous month was the preliminary. And Hunter Association Convocation broadcast second. I'm not too sure. To me, that sounds like a dev live stream or something, but I could be wrong on that take. Moving on from that, we've got August, 100th day commemorative update. Original story, new Hunters and Weapons, roguelike content, cool beans. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's not tedious. 100th Day Arise Festival, solo leveling, the SLC finals. Okay. Hunter Association broadcast third. Then coming in here, we got more story coming in September. Original story, Hunters and Shadows, Battlefield of Time Season 4, new raid, cool beans. I like this raid idea. Then we got the SLC second round preliminary, and then Hunter and Shadow contest event. So events coming in, cool beans. Moving on from that, October, new boss strategy content, original story, new Hunters and Weapons and Shadows, Battlefield of Time Season 5, SLC second round finals, Hunter Association broadcast fourth. Then what do we got here? 0.5 anniversary update. Oh, so geez, we're already at half a year anniversary in November. Dude, it's a pretty decent roadmap. And then I'm assuming, knowing the way that they operate, especially what they did with Terror of God New World and stuff, I'd assume they will give us more in-depth monthly updates as well. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. We'll have to wait and see. Dude, the Jeju Island, I'm so looking forward to this one. Dude, I just want him so bad. Anyway, let's keep going. Original story, new Hunters and Weapons. Surely this one's Shadows. Yeah, I was going to say, surely when you get Jeju Island, you're going to get Shadows as well. I don't want to spoil story for anyone, so I'm not going to say anything more than that. Content expansion, cool beans. 0.5 anniversary Arise Festival, happy days. Solo, the SLC first round finals. Shouldn't that be the second round finals? Maybe it's a typo. Hunter broadcast again, and then going over here into December. This is a long way looking. We got the Jeju Island, original story, new Hunters and Weapons and Shadows, Battlefield of Time Season 6, new World Boss, happy days. So we haven't seen World Boss yet. Hunter and Shadow, okay, so we'd seen raids, we hadn't seen new world boss. So if that's the first time we get a new world boss, I wonder if there's an existing world boss before then that we get to do, because it's like a whole nother game mode world bosses. So hopefully there's one in there and they're just updating the world boss. You know, I'll let you guys guess who you think the world boss would be, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool in general. I'm liking the look of this. Like I said, release date is in 2 days for the open beta. I will definitely be playing it and spamming content. If you guys don't want to play, but you want to know what the game's about, jump in. I may even stream it at the time it launches. We'll have to wait and see, but that is my update. Once again, release dates, we are looking at March 21st for the open beta, and May 8th is the expectation for the full global release. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.